everyone. Welcome to Sharm el-Sheikh, the land of peace. I am Sarah Badr from Egypt.
I am Isaac Boamah from Ghana.
And I am Riha Bayeshi from Tunisia.
Your Excellency, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, President of Egypt. Honorable Presidents, honorable delegations, our beloved guests, we are honored to have you here with us today in the 4th edition of the World Youth Forum, where all civilizations meet. The forum's idea started in 2017 when we decided to globalize our national youth dialogue across all borders to stress on the values of humanity and coexistence. And the pillars of the forum are
peace by sustaining diversity and tolerance,
development to ameliorate the living standards of nations,
and creativity, the key that unlocks youth curiosity about the future.
Throughout 4 editions, the World Youth Forum has gathered over 18,000 participants across 196 countries
and has successfully hosted 100 sessions of more than 230 hours, various platforms and events. And among these initiatives, you probably recognize World Youth Theater, Freedom, or WIF Labs.
Among all of these accomplishments, it is worth stating that the World Youth Forum has been proudly praised by the United Nations as an enabling platform for youth empowerment. It has also been recognized by the Human Rights Council in its 41st session and the Social and Economic Council in its 59th session.
In the midst of these achievements, we are reminded of our individual accomplishments since the inception of the 1st edition of the World Youth Forum. My personal journey began in 2018, and it was done out of curiosity. But sooner rather than later, this curiosity is converted into a personal quest to become the superior version of myself. I began to realize that people must begin to take control of their own affairs, and therefore I pursued a master's degree in politics and democracy. As I attend this year's World Youth Forum, I attend the forum as an intern in a top organization in the world. Thanks to the inspiration I gathered here from the World Youth Forum. Riha, what are your impressions about this?
I absolutely agree with you, Isaac. World Youth Forum 2019's edition had a huge influence on me. Not just as the biggest organized forum I've ever been to, but at the time during which I grew from other people's experiences. I had valuable exchanges with youth from all over the world, and I knew about other nations' struggles and got to know the causes that many are fighting for, but in silence. I was also impressed by the motivational figures, their willpower to defeat their own fears, and their decisiveness to prove that they could actually make it. I have been told that I can make it, that I can never travel alone, that I would rather change my field. I will never succeed in information technology. And guess what? I got the job that I've always wanted in one of the biggest tech companies in the world. And that's simply because I learned to ignore all of the negative comments, and because I believe that nobody has the right to dictate my own future. I have learned a lot, and I appreciate the growth that I had after the past edition of World Youth Forum. I really wish we could have gathered in 2020.
Unfortunately, Rahab, we couldn't gather in 2020 because when the pandemic hit us all hard, it halted mankind's progress in every aspect of our daily lives. The entire planet was on lockdown, and we couldn't continue our collaboration here in the World Youth Forum.
Indeed, this was a real hectic time. Families and nations have suffered severe losses due to the demise of millions and millions of people. These were brothers, they were sisters, and even leaders of cooperation. And the adverse effect on our working force too glaring.
Yes, that's right. And one of the most substantial impacts of the COVID pandemic was restricted travels. We couldn't reassemble or relocate, which led to losing jobs opportunities, and most importantly, we lost the human interaction. And that's why many of us define the COVID pandemic period as a gap in our lives.
Despite all of these challenges, we still decided to come back and unite here again in the World Youth Forum to drive the efforts in the post-pandemic world.
As the world is facing a new normal, this year's edition of the World Youth Forum prioritizes climate change, energy, healthcare, remote education, digital transformation, and entrepreneurship.
We are the youth generation, aren't we? We could definitely fight back with our ideas and innovations to limit the virus spread. You never know. Maybe today in this room, somebody inspires you to launch your own project. Or maybe today you get inspired to develop a mobile app to facilitate access to information or to help someone to get to the nearest test station when they need it.
We, the youth, the power, the cornerstone of every nation's development, we are all here today to exchange our ideas and share our experiences from all of the diverse backgrounds.
And I dream of a world in which all individuals have equal access to education resources, in which development is every single country's privilege.
And I dream of a world where our differences do not draw us apart, but that our similarities bring us together to make our world a much, much, much better place.
So let's start working on these dreams together because we're finally back together.